Today's June 7th, and I wanted to provide an update on our milkweed area off of our patio. If you check the video from just a few weeks ago, you'll see how quickly this grows. This is common milkweed, and it's the kind that grows in fields and meadows. Now, these are more mature plants. They're actually budding up, and pretty soon they'll flower, and they're great for all pollinators, not just the monarch butterflies. And the monarch butterflies will come and lay eggs on the leaves. They always lay them underneath. And they don't even arrive here in Rhode Island till usually the first week of July. And I have seen them the last week of June last year. But these plants by then are old and kind of tough, like the leaves. I don't know if you can see. This is my hand. And you can see how huge this leaf is. So it's very old and it's very tough. So what will happen is they will actually lay eggs on these smaller little plants or these new areas at the top because they're fresh and they're green. So what we do here in Rhode Island is probably in about another week, I will cut some of these bigger plants in half, and that way they will sprout new leaves, and the new leaves will be more attractive to the monarch butterflies when they lay their eggs. Normally we'll find them on these upper leaves, and they're all underneath, but we won't see any now, like I said, until a few weeks from now. So there they are, popping up in weird places. And see, here's a little one popping up. And I think that's the problem with this kind of milkweed, common milkweed. You don't want to plant this in your yard. We did it. We didn't know. Thankfully, we planted it in concrete, so it stays a little contained. But look, this is our front yard. This is actually, let me show you. This is the entrance to our house. And these huge plants are only probably half the height they're going to get. So they're pretty big. And they're kind of crazy. And there's some over there near my mailbox. And this year, those are daylilies, orange daylilies. I don't know if you see, but there's one right there popping up. There's one over there. And we do have one that usually pops up right there. And that's okay. But they start to pop up in places where you didn't plant them. And I do cut down the leaves, the seed pods every year. So here they go. This is a sign I got right here, milkweed from Monarchs. And the main reason I put it there is because, as I said, these get very tall and they look a little crazy. And I want people to know why, that we're trying to feed the monarch butterflies. It's messy for a reason, and it's only for the summer, and then we cut them down anyway. But most people don't grow huge tropical-looking plants near their front entrance, so I just wanted to show you that. If you have a chance and you've been considering growing common milkweed in your yard, I would reconsider it if you have a small backyard or a suburban lot, because that's what happens. They're really too big, I believe, for this type of space. So there's our update. If you go back and look just a couple weeks ago, it's amazing how fast they've grown. Thanks for watching. And it's already flowering now. Well, it's budding. Pretty soon there'll be pretty flowers for the pollinators. But it's the leaves that the caterpillars, monarchs, will lay their eggs. And once they hatch, the caterpillars eat the milkweed leaves. But the weird thing about Rhode Island and this milkweed is the milkweed is almost at maturity now. But yet we won't see a monarch butterfly here till the end of June, and sometimes usually the first week of July. So by the time they come, this milkweed is kind of old and it's tough. And they like to lay their eggs on the younger plants. So usually mid-month in June, what I do is I start to cut these plants in half. And what that does is it provides new leaves. Usually you'll find the eggs on like these tender top leaves. And like right here is a newer plant that they'll go to. And in here, there are tiny ones that are growing. And often you'll find eggs on those as well. So I've been chopping them down as they pop up because they get very crowded.